I videoed a fellow before who was advertising for something, and he kept saying seamen. He's advertising to get white seamen. And it took a while for me to determine, because he seemed like a pretty put-together fellow, that he was talking about seamen. Anyways, so if you see that video, you should know that it took a while before I turned it on so that it wouldn't be terribly ridiculous. It would have been funnier. It would have been a lot funnier, but I'm so against all of the mockery that people do that I try to not lean into that. If I were inclined to lean into it, I'd be way too good at it. So I just let the facts speak for themselves, and if something is funny, I don't want people to be laughed at. I know, makes me a loser. And for that reason, for the record, if you do find interesting what I do, I could really use your support. Check out the link over here and check out my Substack. Become a subscriber if you can afford it. If you can't, let me know and I'll give you any smaller amount you like. I mean, a lot of stuff is only for subscribers, but I don't want to keep anybody out if they can't afford it. Man, it sucks to have a communist soul. It's not a communist soul, it's a Jesus soul. Mind you, I'm a rabbi. I certainly don't think Jesus was God or Son of God or born from God or came back alive or anything like that. But he was a pretty great guy who, in every single generation until today, would be left to die on the street. Yes, he would. At best, more likely he'd be killed. I doubt there's a church or synagogue, for that matter, let's be honest. He wouldn't have to name himself as Jesus. He can come in as Chaim Yankel. I doubt there's a church or synagogue where he could actually walk in and really, they get to know him and they would let him live. Given the opportunity to stop his living, they would let him live. Whatever, I come from that same background very, very strongly. And therefore, making money in the usual ways, even the more innocent ways than influencing by mocking and denigrating and stuff, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Other people who are not, who are blessed not to see all that I see about the negatives of it, are encouraged to support me, not for moral reasons, because I certainly can't expect many people to understand the morality here at play or to agree with it. I'm not even saying I agree with it, but because I do really interesting stuff. Again, check out my Substack, YDYDY.substack.com, which, for the record, is read religiously by at least 30 Nobel Prize winners, by 2 First Ladies, by 7 current and former IMF heads, International Monetary Fund. It's gotta be the most read and observed and followed and tracked and screenshot publication in the dark, by people who really are terrified, people who are so benefiting from the system as it is, that hopefully they do want me to succeed, but until I'm on that side, they don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. But they read, this we know. I mean, this is undeniable. I have the evidence for it, and no one denies it. But yeah, if you want to make something of something really interesting, you can help me with a few bucks.